Good Thursday, everyone. Welcome to GardenStateWeather.com and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith, and well, we're going into a weekend where we're going to feature some of the coldest air, bitterly coldest air of the winter season thus far for 2015-16. You're really going to need your hats, your gloves, your scarves, and your head to be protected outside this weekend from the bitterly cold wind chills and just the bitterly cold air that will be in place over the forecast region. The video forecast discussion for Thursday, the 11th of February 2016. Clear to partly cloudy skies, and it's windy and it's cold outside for this Thursday, and it's only going to get colder with the passage of an Arctic front tomorrow. We have down lake wind streamers here of snow into northwestern Pennsylvania. Some of these snow showers will make it all the way into New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area, parts of Connecticut. Can't pinpoint exactly where, but I can tell you that we're going to see them on and off, and they could produce a dusting to a coating of snow across the region at any time from today right through Saturday as these disturbances in the upper level jet stream flow and the trough axis position move over the forecast region. Currently this morning we have gusty winds out of the northwest, and we've got temperatures in the teens to the low and mid 20s across the forecast region, and we're going to max out at around the upper 20s to around freezing today, and then it's only going to get colder tonight right through the weekend. We have no airport delays this morning, and we don't have any wind chill advisory set up yet, but that may change throughout the day as the National Weather Service decides whether or not they're going to be sufficient enough to meet the criteria, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to be very bitterly cold outside. Gale warnings are in effect for all the coastal waters right through late tonight, early tomorrow morning, and they might extend even further than that as we head into the weekend as well. Everything looks good on the aviational deck for today. VFR conditions expected for today and tonight. There is a chance of snow shower moving into Philly, North Philadelphia, Allentown, Reading, and Trenton through the afternoon as the disturbance moves through. However, coverage should be limited and timing is uncertain, so confidence is too low to include a mention in the terminal area forecast at this time. Northwesterly winds will increase shortly after sunrise with gusts to 30 possible between now and this evening, and then expect the winds to diminish considerably so later tonight but remain westerly to northwest. Friday VFR and Saturday VFR. Mainly VFR, possible MVFR restrictions and scattered snow showers. Northwest winds increasing Saturday to 15 to 25 knots, gust up to 40 knots Saturday afternoon. Very cold, dangerous wind chills outside on Saturday. Saturday night and Sunday VFR conditions expected, northwest winds at 10 to 25 knots. Monday VFR for most of the day, and then becoming NVFR and IFR in evening, rain and snow developing. And we've got a very active pattern on the way. Right now outside of Newark, we have 22 degrees. Dew point is 0. Relative humidity 37%. The wind is out of the west or due west, northwest at 15, gust up to 24. That makes the wind chill feel like 9. We have a few clouds around at 4,000, scattered at 9,000. VFR conditions in place. Just watch out for that snow shower around the region during this afternoon. Philadelphia right now 23, dew point 7, humidity 49%. The wind is almost due west at 14, gust to 21 with a wind chill of 11. A few clouds at 9,000 and 14,000. Again, watching for an outlier snow shower and breezy, gusty winds this afternoon under VFR conditions. Forecast charts for the next couple of days. Here comes the Arctic front moving through the region. This is a disturbance that will be moving through the region during this afternoon. Could touch off some scattered snow showers or even a snow squall. And then this area will be monitored here. This is an Arctic front moving into the region on Friday afternoon and Friday evening. It will be accompanied by yet another round of trough axis ahead of the front itself. This could produce some snow showers across the region on Friday afternoon and Friday evening, ushering in bitterly cold, dangerously cold wind chills. Strong winds around the region on Saturday. High pressures in control, dry air, and this will be in place through Valentine's Day, and then eventually off the coast it goes, and a storm system will then head towards the Ohio and Tennessee River Valley and develop along the coast here with a warm front and a warm surge moving over the top of Arctic air retreating, and this would be on Monday night and Tuesday. It could start off with snow on Monday night and transition to rain or ice and then rain across the interior. Still don't know exactly if this is going to be where the storm is located. It could be a little bit further to the east, and that would produce a higher amount of snow over the inland sections versus what is currently forecasted, but nonetheless a very active pattern. Total precipitation output better than an inch, maybe an inch and a half, and a combination of snow, sleet, and rain during the day on Wednesday. So Wednesday not looking so good around here. Tuesday not looking good either. And by the time we get to Thursday, more high pressure builds into the forecast region, and that should be quiet us down in the weather pattern. GFS maps into motion. Here comes streamers across the lakes, downwind the lakes drying off in the dry atmosphere across northwest Jersey and the city. But there could be another trough that moves through, and as it does so, well, that means just more Arctic air building in. Snow showers across the region Friday night and Saturday as the storm system heads out off the coast to south and east of the benchmark. And this low here moves into southeastern New England with the Arctic front and very cold air. Strong lapse rates, deep lapse rates means atmosphere will be conditionally unstable, and that means snow showers could make it in and out of the region through the afternoon on Saturday as well. By the time we get into early Sunday and Monday, high pressure, cold, dry air in place, Arctic air in place, less wind on Sunday, but bitterly cold. We'll get into the temperatures in a moment. And here comes our southern storm developing along the Carolina coast here. It starts off with snow as cold air is retreating, but sometimes the models, in this particular case, they like to retreat the cold, dense Arctic air too quickly, and that leads to overrunning precipitation in the form of snow and then eventually sleet and rain, even though this is showing basically rain and moderate to heavy rain on Tuesday across the entire region with heavy snow downwind, let's say on the western side of this across the Pocono. So track of this still uncertain. A little bit further east, northwest Jersey gets more snow. Coastal areas, moderate to heavy rain. We'll deal with coastal flooding issues as well at times of high tide, and we'll determine whether this storm is going to wind up, but it's going to be producing a lot of precipitation across southern New England and backwind here downwind towards New Jersey and the New York City and Philadelphia metropolitan area. That goes out and just sustained conditions, drier conditions forecasted for the region for the remainder part of next week. Factoring in the wind this morning, it feels like about 10 to 12 degrees across the forecast region early this morning. By the time we get into 11 a.m. this morning, the temperatures recuperate just slightly, but still with the wind, it's going to feel bitterly cold. By the time we get to 5 p.m. this evening, we've already got temperatures that are going to be below the forecasted averages here. It's going to feel like 13 to 16 degrees outside by late this evening. When we get into Friday, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's cold. It's going to feel like 5 degrees, maybe 8 degrees, 10 degrees across the forecast region. These are the apparent temperatures. As we get into Friday afternoon, temperatures are still going to be hovering. It's going to make it feel, even with the sunshine and blustery clouds around and maybe a flurry too, it's going to feel like still about 10 to 15 to 20 degrees, where the actual air temperatures might be slightly warmer than that. With the real feel, it's not going to feel very warm at all. By Saturday, it's just bitterly cold. This is what it's going to feel like outside on Saturday afternoon at around 1 o'clock. It's going to feel like 0 degrees in New York City and 1 degrees above zero in Philadelphia. This is dangerously cold air, and it's approaching some records, and we'll show you what some of the records are in just a moment. Sunday not doing much better. Temperatures again either side of 0 across the forecast region. And with the extreme cold air mass forecasted Saturday and Sunday, record minimums and record low maximums may be reached. A few locations here in New York City, and these are the records. We're forecasting 2 and 1 in LaGuardia, JFK 4, Islip 7. These are some of the forecasted records. Now, these are records and forecasted minimums across the region here. So we have forecasted minimums 17, and it's just going to be bitterly cold. In 1979, all of these records occurred during these time frames as well, especially 1979. And of course, northern New Jersey and the New York City metropolitan area and down through most of New Jersey as well. Here are some of the forecasted records that fell across the region back in the 70s, especially 79 with that cold Arctic outbreak in place. So many have a long holiday weekend coming up with Valentine's Day and then President's Day on Monday, but it behooves you all to be mindful and very careful being outside this weekend in this dangerously cold air. Do bundle up, as Cupid's arrow is pointing in your direction, and it's saying to stay indoors on Sunday. For everything live, it's GardenStateWeather.com, GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. I'll be back with your detailed forecast discussion on Friday morning.